Sure, numbers don't lie, but they don't tell the full story either. Hello, 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 and welcome to More Than Money, a podcast where we have nuanced conversations about money, business, and life, where we take the time to explore the human side of money because success with money is never just about the numbers. I'm your host, Jaquette Timmons, and whether this is your very first episode or one of many, I am really, really glad that you are spending some time with me today. And so before we get into today's episode, it's July, it's summertime, and that means that it is a great time to pause and invest in taking your financial and behavioral understanding to the next level. And I just happen to have the perfect tool to help you. It's the More Than Money workbook and its audio companion, a combination that is designed to help you align your money with a bigger vision. And it gives you an opportunity to take a holistic approach, and it blends practical tools like milestones and reflections and rituals with emotional insights to help you create a financial strategy that actually fits you. Ultimately, it's designed to increase your financial clarity, confidence, and self-awareness. And all you need to do to get started is go to jaquettetimmons.com/digital products. Again, jaquettetimmons.com/digital products. But now let's get into today's show. Do you have a financial tick? I think I've identified mine. And I believe that it is a residual from years ago when my business was really, really struggling. Because today, every time that I go into QuickBooks after reconciling the most recent transactions, I run a P&L and I check two numbers: total income, revenue, and net income, profit. Now, I've just completed my Q2 review because it's both month end and the end of the quarter. And while my year-to-date revenue and profit may not be where I want them to be, I am so grateful for where I am. I am proud of my numbers, and I am eternally thankful to my clients that helped me to have those numbers. So why am I telling you this? If you've ever tried to sit on a three-legged stool with one leg that's a little wobbly, you know what happens. You're constantly adjusting your body weight. You are bracing yourself and hoping you don't fall off. And so you never really fully relax because you don't feel sturdy. You don't feel confident. And guess what? That is exactly what it can feel like when you are trying to manage your money, whether in business or your personal life, with an uneven focus on just one element of your financial picture. In business and life, you are balancing a three-leg stool, and it's made up of revenue, profit, and cash flow. And each leg plays a different role, and each leg tells only part of the story. Because here's the truth: numbers never tell the full story. Yes, they offer signals, but not the complete narrative. So let's break it down for a little bit. Revenue. Revenue tells you what came in, but the number alone doesn't tell you how you earned it, what it cost you emotionally to earn it, or whether that revenue came from work that you felt most aligned with. Profits. Profits tell you that you earned more than you spent, but it doesn't reveal which products or services are actually pulling their weight or draining your time and energy. Expenses. Expenses tell you what went out the door, but they don't say whether you're optimizing what I call the bottom portion of your income statement, the area where intentional spending can unlock more value, capacity, or clarity. And then there's cash flow. right? Cash flow shows you how money is moving through your system in and out, but even that can be deceptive. For instance, you might actually show a profit for the month, but your bank account is low because a major client hasn't paid their invoice yet, or perhaps the timing of your expenses, the timing is lopsided with more bills due at the beginning of the month than at the end of the month, or vice versa. So sure, you're quote unquote profitable, but you're still stressed about payroll. And yeah, I don't know anything about that. Wink, wink. And when it comes, I should say, when the goal becomes profit at all costs, one of those legs usually gets sacrificed. And yes, I realize I said a 3-leg stool and I just ticked off 4 things instead of 3, but roll with me here on this example because there's a reason. My point is, when the goal is profit at all costs, you slash expenses, but run the risk of cutting things that actually support your growth, or deferring making an investment that will actually contribute to your growth. You over rely on a high revenue offer that either you secretly dread providing, or maybe it's the case that you've just simply underestimated how much that offer or that particular client segment contributes to your bottom line. And you're caught off guard when, the winds shift and the market shifts and sales slow down or are not happening at all. And here's one more thing. You celebrate profitability, and that's a wonderful thing. But you do that while ignoring the timing and the rhythm of your cash flow, which leaves you anxious or overextended. And here's the deal. I really believe this. Most of us don't do any of this intentionally. Yet, these trade offs accumulate and they come with consequences, which can distort your decision making. And they can create a business or a household that looks successful on the outside, but feels brittle underneath. So, my invitation to you in this moment, in this episode right now, is sometime this week, take a step back and ask yourself 3 questions. 1, where am I optimizing for the number but missing the nuance? 2, what am I not seeing because I'm only looking at the spreadsheet? Not what's underneath the numbers in it is what I'm trying to say. And then here's the third. Which leg of my stool needs more support, needs more honesty, or a different approach? I'm asking you to ask yourself those 3 questions because you deserve a financial setup that not only looks good on paper, but also feels good in real life. Because success without stability and sustainability, that's a hidden cost you don't need to pay. And especially not unaware, right? If you're going to pay it, at least be intentional about it. I say all of that because in my own business, this is a pattern that I am on the lookout for. And it's the same thing that I'm on the lookout for with my clients, because sustainable success isn't just about hitting the numbers. It's about making sure those numbers mean something. So if you're noticing that your 3-leg stool could use more support, and you are ready to get more intentional about aligning your revenue, profit, and cash flow, let's talk. Together, we'll bring strategy, clarity, and confidence to your business or personal finances so that your success feels as solid as it looks. Well, that is a wrap for today, folks. Thank you so much for listening, or as the case may be, watching if you are joining me over there on YouTube. If you like what you've heard today, or you like, to support this show overall, or perhaps this particular episode, please do me a favor and share it. Because when you share it with people that are in your circle, you help us to reach more people than we ever could on our own efforts alone. And if you happen to be listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please take a moment and leave a review and hit those stars. And if you're on Apple, go on ahead and hit those 5 stars. Because here's the deal, it is the combination of the rating and the reviews that helps us to get found by people who are interested in the conversation that we are having over here about money. Because, we do money differently over here. And of course, if you're on YouTube, please take a moment and leave a comment below. And here's one more shout out before I say goodbye for you to go and get the More Than Money workbook and its audio companion. Remember, it's designed to help you increase your financial clarity, financial confidence, and financial self-awareness. And I hope that you will add this to your money toolkit. And of course, if you'd like to buy me a coffee, here's how you can do that. Buymeacoffee.com/Jaquette. Buymeacoffee.com/Jaquette. Again, thank you so much for listening or watching, again, as the case may be. I will be back with another episode. I hope that you will too. Until then, remember, it's about more than money.